Peace, happy Sunday. Oh, it's a happy Sunday. Okay. Listen, we about to tap in. All right, so it's 2025. I got permission from the Lord to share my story. And I've been holding it in for some years. Y'all gonna hear my mouth today. Okay. Y'all gonna hear my mouth today. What's up? All right, so I'm gonna talk about how I became a multimillionaire at the age of 12. So the story is, I gave my life to the Lord at 12 years old, and I told him that I wanted to do it his way. I didn't want to have sex before marriage. I didn't want to have children out of wedlock. Like, I wanted to set that example. And when I was in prayer, he asked me what I wanted. And I said, I want to save all the youth from going to hell. And his response was, because you didn't pray for anything for yourself, I'm going to give you the desires of your heart. And he said, hold on. And it was like he came behind me and held me and pulled me back like a roller coaster. And I was like this. And the only thing I could move was my eyes. And he said, what do you want to know? And I said, I want to know everything. I want to know the ins and outs of the scriptures, of your word, so that when I share it with others, they can really understand what it is that you're saying. And I can know when people are interpreting your word properly and teaching your people properly. And so it was like I was looking at a white, bluish sky, right? And out of nowhere, it was like a veil that came down, and ultimately, it was like he was showing me the beginning of times to the end of times, the creation story, like everything. And it happened so fast, it was like up, down. But I seen the creation, triple darkness, how God came, everything, right? And he said, okay, so what do you want to do with the youth? I said, I want to create an art and entertainment company that focuses on them just sharing their art and just being themselves, because there was a gap. I personally like, urban gospel and rap and all of these things. And I would listen to that. And, the grandparents' generation be like, cut that rock and roll off, and it could be gospel. But because you don't understand what I'm listening to, or you listening to the beat, that you think that because the beat is because it's upbeat, or because you think it's something that it is. And so I'm like, I want them to freely be themselves. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be stifled based on I don't want them to be stifled based on someone else thinking like this is not them. You know what I mean? That people are not accepting that. So I said to myself, well, to the Lord, I said, well, I want to be the Oprah of the youth and the female Tyler Perry. And then he said, okay, so you want it like this. And he's just showing me different things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, okay, yeah. And then he asked me, when did I want to retire? And I said, all right, well, I'm 12. And plus 18, that's 30. I might be a little too young now. I might have to add them a couple years on there. And I'm maybe go like 35, like mid-30s. I think that'll be good, right? That'll be good, mid-30s. Yeah. And so while I'm calculating, he's like flipping through the it's like pictures, right? And so when I finally got to the age I wanted, like mid-30s, it stopped scrolling. And then he said, okay, that's the age you want? Okay. There's going to be 3 trials that you'll have to go through. And each trial gets harder, right? And so it's like, y'all ever seen Shrek? Where the short prince was in the mirror and was just like, princess on the wall. And the picture would pop up, right? Picture would pop up. And that's how it came up for me. So the first picture was, mind you, back when I did decide to give myself to the Lord, 12 years old, 130 pounds, weighing properly, right? The first trial that I would have to go through is I would have to gain weight so that I would be able to see people's hearts. You know, a lot of people judge people based on how they look, but you never know who you have around you. You know, so be mindful of how you treat people, because you never know who's in your midst. And so that was the first one, and I actually seen how I look, like how I look right now. And I was like, oh, all right, you know, it's a little curvy, you know, she still got a little something. Okay, I could work with that, you know. And so I had to accept it for him to give me the second part. And I said, okay, I accept. The second one, he said, I have to have something on my record so I can relate to people in the streets and create my books. And so, long story short, I have a felony on my record for something I did not do. And then the third trial, he said was going to be the hardest. And he said that I was going to lose my grandmother, Mima. And this was at age 12. She passed in 2022. And so he said, after all these things, certain things were going to happen, things were going to fall in place, and he gave me 2025 multimillionaire, and that is when it will be revealed that I'll be a multimillionaire. But I was already a multimillionaire at 12. So let me tell y'all something, right? I've been a multimillionaire for 25 years, and what did I do? I done went to school. I got 5 degrees. I done worked in fields. I done been with the babies. I've been with the adolescents. I've been with the adults. I've been with the elders. I, worked in the healthcare system, the social work system. And I wanted to get my hands dirty because I wanted to see the discrepancies that's going on in the world, that the people are not being treated properly. As somebody who was given wealth at a young age because I gave myself to the Lord, I had the freedom to, if I wanted to, I could have just stayed home for 20 years, 25 years and been chilling. And by the time I got to where I'm at, I'm like, all right, now I'm going to go travel all over the place. But I decided to get my hands dirty and get myself out there. So, I worked at a residential facility, or a couple of them. I worked at group homes. I worked at daycares. Children, that's my passion. I fight for the babies. So if I see there's any injustice going on with the babies, then it's a problem with me. Because, like I said, my prayer was to save all the youth from going to hell. And mind you, this is what I was shown at the age of 12. And that was back in 2000. It's 2025. And I've had to keep this to myself for 25 years. And so now that the secret's out, and now that, I got permission, oh, y'all gonna be hearing my mouth. Y'all gonna be hearing my mouth. But, intellects is the indeed for artists. There is no other. That's what intellects is. So for those of you who need assistance with your business, if you need assistance with anything purpose related, intellects is the plug. But the way that Intellects Entrepreneur Agency, the Indeed for Artists, we connect you with so many different things, from resources to experts to networks to platforms to promote you so you can be your best self. Promote your unique artistry, right? It's all about you. When you come on and you share who you are, it's for you. We do this for you. So I say all that to say, I never flaunted having wealth. I was born technically into wealth. I've been around it all my life, or exposed to it. And I never cared about that because I know that God will provide for me regardless. What I cared about was making sure that nobody went to hell. And I love the babies. So there's my heart. So you see this Joshua generation acting crazy? Yeah. Y'all go for it. Live y'all life and make sure y'all keep God first because he's the one that gave y'all the gifts that y'all are using, hopefully, to bring him glory. And for those of you who are still waiting for Jesus to come back, because I was given the revelation, let me just say this. Jesus been back for 91 years. Minister Farrakhan is the Jesus in our midst. And I know that because it was revealed to me at the age of 12. So when I first seen the minister, I already knew he was Jesus. But I had to play a role. And now that my fulfillment time is over and I can freely speak because I was given the highest level of prophecy, which is the office of the prophet. So I'm able to see things. I'm able to tune into the radio in the head. I'm able to see through things, and you know what I mean? I can tell when you're lying to me, and I can tell a lot of things based on how you act. But I operate in the highest office. And because I operate in the highest office, I've been tasked with a lot of different things. So I have to go into fasting and prayer at random moments, intercessory prayer, praying for people I have no idea where they're at in the world, hearing people's names come to me, and I'm in prayer and I'm fasting. I can't eat, I can't sleep until I get told by the Lord to relax. I fasted unintentionally for like 4 or 5 days. And yeah, I'm able to eat now, but it was a struggle, you know. But when it's different when you're in the office of the prophet. You hold the highest office, and it's a lot more that you deal with. It's a lot that you deal with, but it's such a blessing that I have it because I never asked for it. All I wanted to know was the truth, and I thank Allah, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, because that is his real name. For those that don't know, that is his real name. Like, you know, and I'm so grateful for going through this experience and for allowing God to really give me the revelation and showing me, taking down the veil from my eyes and showing me the beginning of times to the end of times, the people that's in the scripture, the Bible, the Quran, the book that's coming next. All of the things that you learn in the Nation of Islam is the truth. So for people that are saying like, oh, it's shirk, it's this, it's that, like, it's not a real religion, y'all are teaching the wrong things. I heard from God himself. And I was at an age where I was completely in love. I didn't have any falters. I didn't have, any breakdown. I just wanted to serve God and serve his people. And so he revealed himself to me back then. And he confirmed Master Fard Muhammad is his name. That is his proper name. Allah, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. You know what Allah means? God. That's his proper name. Allah, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. Master Fard was his name. And Master Fard taught Elijah Muhammad, who taught the Jesus in our midst, Minister Farrakhan. And I didn't need anybody to tell me who the minister was because I automatically knew when I saw him that he was Jesus. Period. So for anybody that might have questions or they might need clarity on anything, I have that revelation. So hit me up. But as a result of my obedience, I was able to become a multimillionaire at the age of 12. And I've been recruiting people for intellects since I was 12. I've been fishing them in. And I know, the minister might be the top fisherman, but, I'm kind of close behind. I got some people. All right, but I just wanted to share my story because I was told that I can now. And so, yeah, Intellect's Entrepreneur Agency is an umbrella company, and it's also a multi-million-dollar business, thanks to the Most High. And yeah, so all the youth that I've said things to over the years, now is the time. 2025 is y'all year. All right, so yeah, so right now, the reason why 2025 was the year of revelation is because marriage is half your faith. And I can't fully share anything if I'm not married yet. So I was able to share certain things because it's 2025 and he gave me the option to this year. So just know, even though I've been a multimillionaire for 25 years, I'm still working on some things behind the scenes. All right, so tap in. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'll post this. But I just wanted to share my story and just show that when you are faithful to God, he will give you the desires of your heart. That's Psalms 37:4. And you can only get what you strive hard for. So keep going. All right. So have an amazing day. It's the beginning of a new week. I hope it's great. Love you all. And until next time, have a good one.